Hello, good people in the world. I would like to send some positive waves through the universe and each and every person that's watching this. I hope y'all doing swell, your family's doing swell, everything cool with you. Today is Sunday evening. I'm chilling, got my Sunday vibes going on with some Sunday food here, which is a dish that I grew up on, and it is green beans, string beans, and white potatoes. Right here, I got some smoked turkey wings and some smoked turkey tails. You can use this or any other kind of smoked meat you like. You can use some ham or some neck bones or some ham hocks or whatever you like. Okay, and to that, we got some bouillon, better than bouillon. That's what I use. Roasted chicken base is really flavorful. I got the regular one too. I'm gonna use both of these. I got some black peppercorn, some four peppercorn, crushed red pepper, the southern seasoning, which is really good. Or you could use some green seasoning or something like that. I got some butter right here, garlic, Vandalia onion, the sweet onion, you know what it is. I got red potatoes and regular russet. You can use whatever potato you like. I'm gonna use the red for this one. And over here we have some bacon cooking up. I like my bacon and mine. If you don't do pork, no bacon. Just use smoked turkey. And may I add, I don't use no canned green beans. I use fresh, but the frozen ones are pretty cool too. Let's get started. I have 8 cups of water right here. It's trying to boil. But I used a tablespoon of each of the bouillon. Sorry, I meant a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. And I'm using 2 teaspoons of the Grandma Mod's Southern seasoning. Next, I rinse my turkey butts, turkey tails, and with vinegar and water. Just rinse them off to make sure they was clean. Throw that one down. And you're going to have to boil these down, the smoked meat, down for about an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. It depends on the toughness of your smoked meat. And taste your broths too, because you don't want it to be too salty. You know what I mean? So taste, you might want to add a little bit or take a little bit away. Add a little at a time because you can't take any away. And your smoked meat might be salty. So try to, gauge your salt. Okay, we let that bacon crisp up, cook nicely. Drain your bacon grease. Always keep your bacon grease. Keep some in the fridge. Next step. So now the next step is to put about, a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. I've rough chopped some onions. I didn't mince them. And we're going to let those saute, get caramelized to bring out that sweetness in them. Might take about 5, maybe 15 minutes. Low heat. So if you don't know how to pick green peas, this is how it is done. Take that, break that in, and I break this in too. If it breaks, so that won't break. So, but basically, you just take this, boop, and throw them in there. Boop, throw them in there. So right here, you can see the onions got all caramelized in that butter, and it brought out the sweetness in them. Right now, I just smashed the garlic. I didn't mince it or anything because once you put it in the pot, it's gonna boil down anyway. I'm gonna let the garlic go with the onions for about, a minute or 2, and then I'm gonna transfer these into the pot with all the butter and the leftover bacon grease. So it's been almost an hour. I had brung this pot up with the chicken broth. Oh yeah, you could use chicken stock too, or broth if you didn't have bouillon. I brought this pot up to a boil, turned it down to a medium high, let it simmer, and let's see if this meat tender. Meat's not tender enough for me, but it's a cheat that I like to use. Apple cider vinegar, about 2 capfuls of that. Should that acidity in the vinegar should help. And let this go for another 30 minutes. All right, now the garlic has sauteed for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. So we're gonna take all this and put it in the pan with this, the pot. These right here, you get all your little greasy bits and stuff out that pan. You want all that because that's gonna help flavor your stuff right there. Yeah. Okay, now add the bacon. Bloop, bloop. You can break them up if you want to. Excuse me, I'm eating one. Y'all love that bacon. Okay, now you can add your potatoes. Hold on, I need to strain them. Remember to keep your potatoes in water when you cut them or peel them. So we got the potatoes in there. I like to keep the skin on mine for color, and I like the skin anyway. But, you know, my late not my great grandmother, but my late grandmother used to hate when I kept the skin on potato. Boy, take all them hugs and stuff off of there. And now I'm adding the string beans, green peas, however you want to call it. I add them in the potatoes at the same time. And we're going to bring this to a roiling boil. And let this simmer for about 30 minutes. And voila. Oh, hold on, let me not forget. I always put my pepper in last because I want that fresh spice in there. So I'm going to spice it up with my pepper, my crushed red pepper. My grandmother used to say couch red pepper or whatever she used to say. And she wasn't even from the country. That's what tripped me out. I love her. Rest in peace, my dear. So right there, got that. And we're going to grind some of this here. Black pepper. I use more black pepper than the 4-corn pepper. So we're going to use that because I like a lot of pepper in mine. So there we go. Gonna let this go for about 30 minutes. Then I'll show you the finished product. So I decided to try something a little different. And I went to my little urban garden on my deck. Got some thyme sprigs. Boom. I want to see how it tastes.